Hi again, boys and girls, back again for another phonics lesson. Before we go into our new sound for today, I want to quickly review some of the sounds that we've learned over our time together through our videos. So let's start with the first sound, just a quick review. We say O-W, grow, O. Repeat, O-W, grow, O. Next one was our ow sound. We say O-W, owl, ow. Repeat, O-W, owl, ow. And the last sound we introduced was our ow sound with O-U. We say O-U, cloud, ow. Repeat, O-U, cloud, ow. Those are the sounds just as a quick review. Now we're going to go into our new lesson, which is our oi sound. Now there are two letter patterns that make the oi sound. The first one and our focus for today is O-Y. So let's look at our phonics poster. We say O-Y, toy, oi. Let's repeat that. O-Y, toy, oi. Now the other two letters that make that same oi sound is O and I when they are together. So let's look at our phonics poster here. We say O-I, oil, oi. Repeat, O-I, oil, oi. So anytime you see these letter patterns in words in the stories that you are reading, you want to make sure that we're saying the oi sound. So let's see some examples where O-Y make the oi sound. Let's look at the first example I have up for you. It is a picture of a boy. We know B says B, O-Y says oi. Put it together, boy. Next one. She's really happy. We can say that she has a lot of joy. We know J says J, O-Y says oi. Put it together, joy. Next one, same example as our poster, is toy. We know T says T, O-Y says oi. Put it together, toy. Let's try a few more examples. Now this one, we have a picture of a cowboy. We know that C says K, O-W says ow, reviewing a sound. B says B, O-Y says oi. Put it together, cowboy. That is a compound word which we learned all about. Another example. These two kids playing in the pool look like they are enjoying themselves. Our word is enjoy. We know that short E says eh, N says n, J says j, O-Y says oi. Put it together, enjoy. Now, if you have siblings, I'm sure you know this one. It's the word annoy, meaning to bother. We know that short A says ah, N says n, another N says n, O-Y says oi. Put it together, annoy. Next picture, a picture of a king. We say that he is royal. We know that R says O-Y says oi, A says ah, L says ul. Put it together, royal. Next one, we have a picture of a monster coming to destroy a city. So let's spell that one out. We know that D says D, short E says eh, S-T says st, R says O-Y says oi. Put it together, destroy. And last example for O-Y, if you've ever been to the beach, maybe you've seen them or you might have ordered them at a restaurant if you're daring. It is an oyster. An oyster, we know O-Y says oi, S-T says st, E-R says put it together, oyster, oyster. So our focus for today is O-Y, and you'll have a puzzle piece to complete, which I'm about to read to you guys. I figured I'd print it, might as well read it to you guys so it's fresh in your mind at least one time, but I still want you to read it on your own at least another 2 times. So keep that in mind. Our focus for today is OY, but tomorrow we'll focus more on OI, which I'm going to go over also in this video in a bit. But let's read our phonics puzzle for today. Taking a look at it. It says, Roy is not just a boy. Roy is a pirate. Ahoy! He has a parrot named Joy. Joy can talk. She talks a lot. It doesn't annoy Roy. Roy is going on a voyage. That's an adventure. He hops on his ship. Roy will visit his royal friend, King Troy. And that is our puzzle for OY for today. So make sure that you complete that and copy over and highlight all of those OY words. Now let's switch gears and talk a little bit about OI. Now when OI is together in a word, it's going to make that same sound of oi. It's just different letters that form together to make that sound. So let's take a look at some of the examples I already have up for us to review our other way to say oi with OI. First one is a picture of a coin. We know that C says k, OI says oi, N says n. Put it together, coin. Next one, we have some puzzle pieces, and when you're doing a puzzle, you need to put the pieces together or join them. So let's sound that out. We know J says j, OI says oi, N says n. Put it together, join. Another example is soil, another fancy word that we learned this year that means the same thing as dirt. We know that S says S, OI says oi, L says ul. Put it together, soil. Now a couple more examples. Next one is a picture of what looks like some type of science experiment, and it looks like the liquid inside is about to boil, meaning bubble, which is why you see it going over. Let's sound that out. We know that B says B, OI says oi, L says ul. Put it together, boil. Couple more. We have a picture of a pig, and we all know that a pig makes an oink sound. So our word is oink. We know that OI says oi, NK says n. N says n, K says k. Put it together, oink. Next one is foil. You might use this to wrap up food if you don't finish it, so that you can come back to it and eat it another time. You use aluminum foil. We know that F says f, OI says oi, L says ul. Put it together, foil. And just a few more examples for this video. Next one. Using your finger, you can point. Our word is point. We know that P says P, OI says oi, N says N, T says T. Blend it, point. Two more. Next one is noise. Noise. We know that N says N, OI says oi, S says S. And we have a sleepy E at the end. Blend it, noise. Last example, a type of steak. It's called a sirloin. We know that S says S, IR says L says ul, OI says oi, N says n. Blend it, sirloin. Now, when you come back to rewatch this video on OI for the following day, you will also have a puzzle piece to complete as always. And again, I'm going to read it the first time through for you, so that means you read it 2 more times on your own. All right, let's take a look at our OI puzzle. It says, I point at the biggest pig. That pig, I yell, he costs 50 coins. Oink, oink. Oinks the pig. He is a noisy pig. He joins us on the farm. Last, he jumps in the mud. Oink, oink. He will be a spoiled pig. And that is our puzzle for OI. All right, that is our lesson for today. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to complete the puzzle pieces after watching the other video that I post. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.